Well, good morning, everybody. It's about 7 a.m., but it's pretty nice out today. The thermometer says it's 66, but I mean, it feels really nice out here this morning. It feels just like perfect weather. But look at all that mist up on the mountains. You can't even see the tops of the mountains. It's like that one level right there. Everything below it you can see. Everything above it is in the clouds. Pretty cool, isn't it? Like I said, it's still early. I saw a little peak of sunshine right there. It's not just barely over top of that hillside over there, but we're probably 2 or 3 hours at least before it gets here. It's supposed to be about 90 degrees today. Here in a little while, I'll let the dew get off the trees. They're drippy wet now. You go through there, you'll come out soaking wet. But we'll head up this way in a little while and up into that hillside and see if I can't find that old headstone made of lead. Now, that should be different. You know, I've went looking for a lot of headstones over the years, you know, searching for a lot of people. But anyway, let's just kind of enjoy our morning. What's left of it. The sun will soon be up and soon be trying to kill me. Hey, the neighbors are up. The sun is pretty much up. It's not on me just yet, which is good. But that's not going to last very long, is it? But I don't think I'll need DAC anymore. I'm getting ready to go head out and go see if I can't find that old lead headstone or whatever it is. It'd be interesting if it is, you know, some sort of headstone. You know, it's just, he said it's like 3 flats. And they thought they were like house, you know, old something or other, you know, coal mine related, because there was some mining here. But he went up there and looked one day and said he found that stone thing, said it was made of lead, apparently. So, yeah, that should be interesting. But anyhow, before it gets too hot, I'm going to head on over there and head up the hills and see if we can't find this thing. All right, we're ready here. Got everything closed up. Glasses. Glasses. I shall return. Where we're going is right over there where that log cabin is. And then back up in that holler a little ways. He showed me the spot. And then when you get to this spot, then you have to climb up the hill to get to it. Alright, we'll see y'all up there, I guess. I got a spare battery in my pocket and just finished a big thermos full of coffee. Couple nice little cabins. These should be shady all day. Look at that. Because the sun goes that way and sets over here, so should be shady all day long. You can see where the woodpeckers went at that one board. Just that one board, though. None of the logs or anything else. Just that one board. For some reason, they know something. There's a grub. There's something in there that they went for. They didn't do that work for nothing. But yeah, look at that. Old tractors, you know, which, you know, this is their mower, you know, and they both run. They use them all the time. Pretty morning though, ain't it? Look really good just for the power pole and the lines. It's the only thing they kind of, you know, stand out. Alright. There's another side up there on the hill. Those water weeds, I'll be going through those in a little while to get to where I'm going. Those things get like 10, 12 feet tall. But these are right now, it's about 7, 8 foot tall, something like that. You know, still pretty early July, so they'll get taller. Let's see. The easiest way. I have permission, by the way. I saw the no trespassing sign. I know somebody's gonna say something. I have permission. Look at this. Hillbilly countryside goodness right there, huh? You see, I snapped a couple of these yesterday when I was coming up through here, the ones that hang out. But the flats are up along in here, up that way. There is no way up there, or that doesn't exist anymore. The creek has washed out whatever was here numerous times, probably. Look at that. That's some jungle stuff right there, ain't it? Now, there was a game trail I saw. Right there's the game trail I saw yesterday. And he said the stone is right over in there on that one. He said you're probably better off. Look at that spider. It's called a golden orb weaver. It's a baby. Another one. Now, where was this other? Right on the other side of that ravine. Well, creek. It's not really a ravine, I guess. That creek's on both sides of me. Man, spider webs all over. See what I mean about the snapping? You just like so, and you see it makes a clear path right through there, a perfect little tunnel. All you gotta do is snap certain ones. Now, where he was going up yesterday was right through there, right over that way and straight the hell up. That's why I was looking at that other way, going up that game trail and then up. But this is where he said to go. This is where he said it was. It's just up there through all of this. And you can't even see. You can see a little ways. You know, once you get, see how it works? How them old water weeds work. You can look right under them. And, you know, you can see the ground if there's snakes and, you know, interesting things like that. But I guess let's just hit the hillside. Do it old school. I'll be back in a minute. Check it out, y'all. Mountain goating, level 10. Okay, level 9. I have done a little worse than this, a little bit taller than this too. But I did notice as I'm going up, I was thinking, you know, once I start getting up there, I should be able to get a little bit better, you know, vantage point to kind of see if I see anything. I see something that could be man-made right there. It looks like, you know, a rock kind of formation thing that may be partially buried. I'm not sure. I haven't got there yet. But I see down here, you see on the creek right there in the bottom on the other side, you can see there's, what are they, 8x8 look like? Logs and some old railroad track holding up the road there, reinforcing things on that side of the creek. So that would support, you know, that there was something up in this little holler. You know, why would you go to the trouble of building, you know, all that stuff to fortify a road that don't go anywhere? You would not do that. But yeah, you can see my path. This is super steep. Like, this is level. Okay, that's level straight out. Wow, you can see the sun out there. It's still dark and cold and wet down here where I'm at. But that is when I came up. So almost straight down. It's a, you know, like you'll grab onto that one and swing below it and grab this one as you come, you know, anyway. Mountain goat level 9. Here I have to cross this and go up that way. Now that's too steep and snarled and overgrown. Too many vines. You just got to make it up as you go. Do like the animals do, the path of least resistance. Of course, in this case, the path of least resistance is pretty bad. Alright, mountain goating on up. Well, we're back in the woods now, ain't we? Look at the size of that monster. Huge. And look at this. Just for reference. Oh, sorry. Just for reference. A lot of wood there. But anyway, I did find what looks to be stacked stone here. I see some here. I see what looks to be a wall right there. And a flat right on top of it. And that's what he said. You know, that it was three little flats. So I haven't went up yet. But that's why he mentioned about the ravine. If you go up the game trail I showed junk coming up. He said if you come up the game trail, you'll have to deal with the ravine. I think the ravine might have been a little bit easier, to be honest. Of course, going back down's easy. Gravity's on your side. Going back down. But I was just looking. And as soon as I got to the top, you know, the first flat, I went ahead and made me a mark. This is where I go back down. Right there. Just in case. Just a, you know, quickie thing. You just snap one, a prominent looking one that would mark something. But there's mayapple all over the place here. Look at that. I see yellow root, mayapple. Huh, interesting. You know, they're worth a little bit, not much, you know, not a whole lot. Ginseng's worth a lot, but now, I don't see anything yet. See, that looks like stacked stone to me. That does not look natural. What do y'all think? That look natural to you? Spider webs in my face. I don't think it looks natural. Get off me. Every now and then a little branch will catch you just right and don't want to let go. Huh. I am not seeing anything. No. Very interesting. Good thing I like this kind of stuff. Yes, we wouldn't be here if it didn't, would we? Huh. Alright, let's scout around a little bit and I'll be back. Well, I've came up a little ways and haven't found anything that even remotely looks like a headstone, but I did find a road. Old tram road of some sort, logging. Who knows? Presumably logging. Probably was some monsters in here when they did that. Could you imagine? When this was old growth, this stuff here ain't that old. You know, it was timbered. But anyway, you can see I made me a little mark right there where I go down the hill. Just, you know, we ain't just wandering aimlessly in the woods like a puppy dog. Mine would anyway. I don't know about yours. I don't know, mine would probably stay near wherever Heather's at. That's where you usually find him. I heard something. Alarm bells, you know what I mean? Ding, 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 ding. Guess not. It catches the spider webs too. Those orb weavers are everywhere. Trying to keep an eye down the hill and up the hill. Crossing the ridge right here. This is going into a different valley. That's just a really small valley. You can see it goes straight up the hill right there. Well, I'll tell you one thing. It's starting, I'm sure out there in the sun, it is starting to get warm down where the tent is. So I'm probably going to have to call in the dogs pretty soon if I don't find it. We'll go out here just a little ways. All kinds of raspberries. Of course, they're all gone now. Birds, bears, everything else. Had a feast. Give my stick back. There's my mark where we go back down. Oh, maybe I saw something, but can't tell where there used to be. I don't see where any more trail going that way. It looks like this is the dead end right here at the creek, because I don't see anything else, you know, trail wise headed out that way. Saw a picture of it. He showed me a picture. Should have took a picture of the picture. At least I would have had something, huh? Don't see anything else, any more flats on up. It looks like it just goes straight on up. And I've came up a long, long ways. You know, I just don't see anybody carrying something, some metal headstone, lead or whatever, up higher than this. I mean, unless they came in on some old tram road. Yeah, we may have to revisit this one. I do believe it's about time to get packed up. It's getting hotter, and it's about time to go. I do believe we ran out of time on this one. But we did have fun, though. It was a really cool climb. It was fun. Keep you young. Alright, I'm going to turn the camera off and head back down. I need both hands for this. Well, check this out. Remember earlier when I got right here, right about here going up, and I said, look at those. Those don't look natural, right? And I pointed out that, you know, I broke a limb right here as a mark. You know, this is where you go back down the steep mountainside right there, you know. Coming back down, I happened to think, well, you know, just pay real close attention to the rocks. It may not be standing, it may be laying flat. And I saw a big one laying right here, right by where I went down at, oddly shaped. Looks like it might have been used for something. Who knows? Who knows? There's a hole at the end too. Look at that. Well, I have no clue what that could have been. Who knows? Some Native American thing maybe. Who knows? You know, for corn. I don't know. I don't know why it would be up here on this hill. But either way, I happened to look around. Just finished scraping that one off. You know, yeah, looks interesting. That's a little different. Well, do we see any more? Yeah, over here's one. Let's just go take a look at that real quick. So I walked over here. And found it. This is the picture. Well, this is the stone that I saw a picture of. There we go. That'll work. It says Cisco, C-I-S-C-O, Allen, A-L-L-E-N, Bailey, 4-7, and that I'm not sure about. You know, it looks like something didn't quite get finished, didn't get cut out all the way or something. Because you can see, if you look right there at the 4, that's how they're doing that. They're drilling and then cutting the little lines in between the little holes that they made. That is pretty cool though, isn't it? Now, it's some sort of metal. I don't know if it's lead or not. It's pretty heavy. I guess it would just about have to be lead to be, you know, where soft enough to where you could just do that with it. I guess it might have to have some sort of lead content. That is really wild though, isn't it? Perfectly square. Cisco, Allen, Bailey, 4-7. Hard to say what that could be. Looks like an H, but I mean obviously it's not. 64? I'm guessing it's supposed to be 64. Just never got finished. But it still marks the name, don't it? Cisco Allen Bailey. We found it. Turn off. We found it. It took a little bit of effort and climbed quite a bit more mountain than I really needed to climb, and found it on the way back down. But I guess that's, you know, who knows where this actually went. Huh. Yeah, doggies. I see a flat right there, directly in line with it. I don't know if it would have slid that far in that short a period of time. It's a really strange place, isn't it, to put a grave. Really weird place. You imagine just getting the stone up here, let alone the person. Huh. Wow. Well, at least we have a name now and a date, so we'll have Heather look into this and see if she can find anything on this. You never know. Never know. That's the only one I see, though. But like I said, that stonework just looks, I don't know. I wonder if this spot special to someone at one time? To some, who knows? Who knows? Somebody did something. Look at that. I suspected that, you know, we even mentioned that earlier. You know, that does not look natural going up through there. And sure enough, I wonder if there's more of them up there. I wouldn't be surprised if there's more graves here. That is totally wild. You would not suspect it, would you? You would walk right by this. I did walk right by this and looking for it. and walked right by it. How wild is that? Alright, let's get some of the golden orb weaver webs wiped off. And we'll call this one mission accomplished. Took a little while, took a little effort, but mission accomplished just the same. There's that big old monster tree too, right beside of it. That's how close I was. 20 feet, and didn't even see it right there, laying there, 20 feet from it, and didn't even notice it. But we found it. We found it. We found a interesting little spot too. I mean, you can see this here is stacked stone. You can see them. You know, those are put in place. What is the deal with this little spot? Was this some family graveyard from who knows when? We'll see if we can find out anything. Let you guys know. Alright, let's head on back down the hill. Like I said, we'll call this one mission accomplished. Head on back down the hill. We still yet got the steepest part to go. It's right down here. Let me show you. Now, which way did I come up? Okay, we'll hit the gully. I think I came up by the big tree, but I believe I'll hit the little gully going back down. It looks a little easier. That's the one good thing about, you know, getting up there. You can you can see a little bit once you get some altitude. Sometimes you can go down through the creeks. They'll be rocky, and you can just go down it like stair steps. But there is my path. Let's just see what the creek looks like since we're right here. Okay, nah, there ain't gonna be no climbing down in that. That's 40 feet straight down. Muddy, rocky, you need ropes to climb down in there. We'll go down the way we came up. And this is where I crossed. I think. I might have crossed right there and then went down. This'll work though. I like this better. A little gully. Alright, I'm going to have to shut the camera down though. I am going to need both hands for this. This is way, way, way steeper than you can do while holding a GoPro. I'll tell you that. I wonder just how they got that stuff up here. They must have used block and tackle for like that stone and say the bodies. Because I don't even see, you couldn't even bring mules or oxen. You know, a lot of times they used oxen back in the day, but you couldn't even bring oxen up that hill. That would have to be ropes and pulleys. Block and tackle off some tree, off maybe this tree right here, maybe off of that big tree. It'd be a good one. All right, put the camera down and use both hands and head on down the mountain. Check this out, y'all. Just thought I'd show y'all something real quick. A little mountaineering 101. You come to this steep hillside. It's wet, it's muddy, it's nasty, it's this. You need to get down it. You can A, go right down the center, hope for the best. B, go down this side, down the little scraggly trees. Or C, down this side. Now it looks that you do it like kind of like a rope, you know, like a rope going over a cliff. You know, you're using the trees kind of to just kind of walk yourself down a little bit of time, hand over hand. Problem with this side is this is a death trap. It's just straight down the middle is certain death. Okay, that's sudden certain death. You're going to hit those trees right there. Probably rolling, I'm going to say head first, probably. This side right here, this side right here will work except for one problem. The rope doesn't reach the bottom. You get down here, you get to that one right there, and you're stuck there. You have to traverse this, or you're going to have to come up with a plan B when you get to right there, because your rope ran out. That's where it ends. This is your only answer. You can see the scraggle trees all the way down. All the way down there. And safely back down. That's a steep dog right there. That is straight up. Muddy, wet, all kinds of leafy sticks to roll, all that kind of stuff. But the trail, you can see it through the water weeds. The trail is right over there. But I thought I'd mention something else to you, a little mountaineering 101. As you've ever done, done this kind of stuff. When you come down and your foot starts to slip in the wet, muddy stuff, your foot slides, first instinct is to snatch that foot up, reposition the other one, and regain your footing. That's instinct. That's a mistake. You have to, don't do that. When you're coming down, dig your foot in sideways and let it push the muddy stuff down. Let it push it down. Just you'll slide a little bit, but as it pushes down, it compacts that stuff, and within 6-8 inches, you will stop. So, within a little reasonable distance, unless you're just, straight on a wet rock coming down it, which, that's, you're probably gonna fall anyway in that situation. But anyhow, I just thought I'd show y'all that, so you can see where that one with a rope would have ended. Right there, you'd have been hanging off of that one, facing a super steep section. All of this, with nothing 12 foot down to that one. Yeah. Follow the tree line. Swing like a monkey. All the way down. Alright, back through the water weeds. Either back through the water weeds or live here. It's totally up to you, no pressure. Now here, you want to listen for that telltale sing, that rattle. Copperhead territory too. This is probably more copperhead territory than rattlesnake territory. They like to get in here and hunt this kind of stuff. The rattlesnakes, they don't call them timber rattlers for nothing. They like to be, way up in there, way away from you. And it's wild though. You can tell a big difference. See how the trail is completely just grown in right there? Just walking up through her, just do a little bit of random snapping on that one, and you can see the difference. Completely opens up a path. Stupid water weeds. I hate these things. They're wet. Water squishes out of them. They pop real easy though. Now you can just take a regular old weed eater. Will just rip right through them like butter. Very pretty. Very primal, isn't it? Looks very primal. Got some weird little 10-inch dinosaur gonna run by any second. Probably got spots and hair and some feathers. Apparently we had some weird animals around here, huh? There's a bunch of railroad ties right there. There's trees, but there's railroad ties mixed in with it. And some of those logs, 10 by 10s. So there was something up in here, maybe multiple somethings. The old coal thing, whatever it was that, needed the heavier infrastructure. And whoever, Cisco was, maybe it was just his favorite spot. Who knows? I have a few of those. We should be coming back out to daylight soon. The sun should be up out there by now. course, it ain't here, is it? It'd be a nice shady spot to build you a little house, wouldn't it? Very shady, very hilly, though. Be nice till winter came. Probably be about 15 degrees colder here. Rugged country, ain't it? What's that? Some kind of square stone slab right there. That's cut. That's not natural. You can see the square. Interesting. And there's what looks to be a road, don't it? That's an old road, look. Old logging road or something going up through there, right beside this one. That's probably the old one that got washed out. Pretty peaceful, isn't it? Raw nature. And a dog. So I guess they're nature too, so it's cool. Alright, there's my gate, and we are back out, back into civilization, and back into time to go pack up the tent and get gone before it hits 90 degrees out here today. Yeah, you're a good guard dog. No, really, I'm a squirrel. Really, trust me, I'm a squirrel. I'm not a human. I don't think he's buying it. Yeah, there it is. There it is. The big fireball in the sky. Alright, we'll see y'all back over at camp. We gotta hoof it back over there. Well, we're almost back out, and I thought I would just stop for a second. I'm back down where the cabin and the tractor and all that stuff is. It just kind of dawned on me. I wonder how many people, they were to, okay, listen, Mrs. Jones, Mr. Jones, Smith, whoever, whatever. There's a rock up here on the side of the mountain, and you go find it. Go. I'll show you a picture of the rock and give you a rough idea where the rock is, but you still got to go climb the mountain and find the rock. How many people would be willing to jump on that one? And how many people would have pretty high confidence, 75% or better, that they're going to find it? That they're going to find that one little rock somewhere up on the mountainside somewhere. Well, we found it. That's pretty cool though, ain't it? I guess it's just a matter of, I started to say it's a matter of luck, but I suppose, some of the other things you do put you in a position to be lucky is probably more realistic. Inside, we'll go 89. Anybody want to venture a guess what you figure the temperature is? It's been sitting in the sun. Well, the shade was about here when I left, and you can see it's completely gone. I'm gonna go 89 inside. It's about 80. No, it's about 75, 80 outside. Oh. Outdoor, I'm reading 90. Indoor, I'm reading 110. Alright. I guess it's not flashing like that in, here. It's just doing it on camera. 90 outside, 110 in the tent. Fine, I'm packing you up in a minute anyway, whatever. Alright, I'll see you guys in a minute. Let's get a little bit of coolness going that you can at least sit in front of while you're loading. And let's get to work. Okay, well, I guess that wraps that up. Everything packed up and loaded and ready to go. Anyway, alright guys, I'm out of here. We'll see y'all next time. So until the next adventure, y'all have a really good day, and Leo out.